to our ParentPreneur Assembly, right? Whereby we can actually assemble everybody together. Currently now we actually have a podcast set up with two interesting person that just jumped in from the crowd, but we actually have 1,000 people behind us right now. Actually, probably around 10, right? It's a cozy setup. So without further ado, maybe I think what could make sense, I can actually throw the mic and you guys can actually introduce yourselves.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aminah and I run for Fayala, which is a fashion Muslimah modest wear company. And I have with me Midzi.
Yep.
Yes, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, yeah. Assalamualaikum. So my name is Midzi from Agent Samurai. What I do is I give AI advisory to businesses, and because of my background in both cybersecurity, AI, full stack, and also psychology. So that's where my USP is lah. Yeah. So that's a bit more about me.
Okay, thank you for. So before we begin, I'd like to ask you if there's anything you want to avoid talking about, and is there anything you want to talk about?
For avoid, I think because they can cut this out, right? So I think just now I shared about the caning part. I wouldn't want that to be out there lah. Yeah, because it's not really a good thing lah, right? What I want to talk about is more about children and business lah. Because I think when the original podcast was talking, I think there was a lot of talking points that I want to actually come into because of my background in psychology, and one of it is children are really good absorbers. Their brains are like sponge lah. So I want to talk about those things lah.
Okay.
Yep.
So first and foremost, actually, my question to you specifically is this: let's talk about the Almighty for a moment, right? As a parent, as an entrepreneur, and also as a servant to the Almighty, how do you inculcate? How do you so you have two children.
Yep.
What is the role of the Almighty in all of this? Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's quite a question, right? Because I try to stay composed first, because the journey of entrepreneurship, and also as a father, right? And also father, husband, and also a child to an aging mom, right? So it's not easy. So when you ask where's the role, he's everywhere lah, and he's like the only one focus that we should focus on lah. Because for me, especially in this journey, nothing is from us lah, right? Our job is only to show up and just do our best. And when it comes to risk or your sustenance, it's not our job. So that when I was working full time back with prisons. That was something I thought like, I'm gonna stay here until I'm 50s, 60s, right? So, but when we talk about sustenance and all that, it's more of just here and not here, right? But when you are being put out there and being really tested, so to me, like, that is where you really what's the word, hayati? What's hayati in English? Anybody knows? Appreciate lah, right? Appreciate the word, really living all to him lah. Yep.
Going back to what you said about earlier, listening to the both of them speak, you actually had a few points you wanted to share. Would you care to share at this moment?
Oh, okay. So I think my number one thing is I hold on dear to this because my child is 12 and 9. Right, they grow up so fast. Like Imran say, you were holding like a loaf of bread, and now, not a cat, toddler. Sorry. I was trying to find the word lah. Yeah, right, toddler. So for me, from 0 to 12, it was very, very fast. Too fast, in fact. Right. So there's this quote. We know our children majority of the time as an adult, and only a brief moment as a child, right? So, wait, bit sad lah. Sorry, it's sad lah because they grow up very fast, right? So, no matter how important your business is, but why you do your business, first and foremost, it's always about the Almighty. That's standard for us, but it's also for your family lah. So as to think that one day they will not be needing you, right? Although it's still far away, but the day will come, right? So for me, as long as they still need me, I will want to be there for them. Yeah. So that's the first one. The second one is a bit the topic about bringing to the zoo and all that, right? Yeah. So actually, because I'm a trained I'm in psych and counselling as well. 7 months onwards, their brain are like sponge, right? That's why that's the thing, like the Hey Guru thing. I'm not sponsored by them, right? Where they just show. It's actually very, very important lah, because that's the period or the window is just that short. So that is where you just expose them to everything. They will not. It's like AI, right? Okay lah, I'm teaching AI, right? You just for the first brief moment, you just feed everything, right? Later on, then everything will come out back. Yeah, so that is a tip that I would share lah, right? Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me?
Okay. So the questions that you asked me, right? Would you like to answer them as well?
Sure. I think I can talk about the Almighty and his role in where I am going as a mom, as an entrepreneur. I think for me, my life has been one trial and error after another, and I only found Islam about 2 years ago. So yeah, I reverted 2 years ago, and it's been quite a journey since. I never thought that I would end up running my own thing, and it's a very small thing. It's only 3 days old, but I feel that as long as I continue to tawakal, I continue to rely on Allah for my sustenance, my provision, and I have to remember to remain humble, knowing that I'm not self-sustaining, and it always, anything comes from Him. I can put in my best effort, but if it's not meant for me, if it's not willed for me, it's never going to come to me, and if it is for me, He'll make it easier. If it's not for me, I pray that, I get turned to the right direction that I should be going on, and I feel like that helps a lot. And also there was a question earlier about how I think captured thoughts, somebody mentioned captured thoughts, right? How that if you don't capture the thought, it will disappear. I used to be that way as well. So I was like thinking, the brain is like supercomputer. We need to write down everything, or else you forget, and it's so much data that's going on. But at the same time, these days I'm more forgiving on myself. I allow myself to forget things, and I tell myself, if it's meant for me to remember, I'll remember it. If it's not meant for me to remember, I leave it to Allah. Yeah. So this is me lah. Yeah. And I think in our last few minutes, do you want to talk about what your business? Do you want to plug it? Do you want to?
Oh, okay. Not for now.
Not for now. Okay, yeah. All right.
Because I think the topic of, it's good to plug in your business, but at the same time, the topic of parenpreneurship is very, very exciting itself, lah.
Right. Yeah. One final advice?
Final advice for everyone. So I go back to what I said just now, right? About balancing and all that, right? To me, family shouldn't be balanced lah, right? To me, like, family should be everything, right? Then everything else revolves around family, right? So because end of the day, when you have nothing else, right, your family is the one that will be supporting you lah. So you take care of them, they will take care of you lah, inshallah. Yep. That's about me. How about you?
I think that I would say to women, especially out there, don't be afraid to take the lead sometimes. I was brave enough to ask our guest Midzi here to come out and have a conversation with me, and I feel sometimes we just really have to say, I used to believe that actually women should just be like supportive roles and not really, but then I'm thinking about Siti Khadijah, peace be upon her, that, she was a businesswoman, and, she had so much wealth that she amassed. It's not so much about amassing the wealth, but it's about being able to, stand up and say, okay, I have capabilities and I'll use them.
And I pray the best for your businesses.
Thank you so much.
And you can give what's that? Future girls. The generation of girls. Hope lah.
Thank you so much. Same to you. I hope you achieve. Yeah.
That was a really good conversation. Give it an applause, guys. Fantastic.